The last 9 months since 2024, I have been busy engaged in international courts, namely International Court of Justice and International Criminal Court, and the European Court of Justice and the European Human Rights Court in Strasbourg, Luxembourg, The Hague, where I have voluntarily doing pro bono work in defense of people, the voiceless, those who have been marginalized, those whose rights have been trampled upon. There are two countries in Europe that I want to target: Finland and Norway. These two countries preach water and preach wine and drink water. Back in their countries, they have arrested African activists. They have arrested people who are simply saying, we have run away because of problems that you people are not telling the world. The European Court of Justice of Human Rights and the European Court of Justice have articles that govern European Union countries or European countries that are on planet Earth. If you see a conflict on the African continent in any of the states, you go back and several articles and the European Union, European courts, and report a conflict. Finland and Norway are crisscrossing Africa, looking for minerals, looking for oil, gas, lucrative contracts at the expense of human rights. They are busy criticizing governments left and right in Africa. But they have a problem. Back in their countries, there are Africans they have detained. There are Africans who have been put on trial for only saying, hey, we have a problem. They are working out day and night deals of non-refoulement, the act which universal international law prohibits refoulement as one of the acts that should not be allowed anywhere in a country that has signed the Geneva Convention, a country that has signed universal international law mechanisms, and a UN country that believes in human rights. Norway, Finland are busy masquerading on the continent of Africa as saviors of people. The Norwegian Red Cross, for example, knows that in Cameroon, there are children that have been killed, maimed, women who have been killed by the Cameroonian army. Each day, as we speak, from 2016, Norwegian Refugee Council has been drawing out government money from from Norway, Oslo, to pump into projects in a state which has never been reported anywhere under the European law. Human rights are trampled on. Southern Cameroonians are abducted, kidnapped at night from Abuja in a hotel. Refoulement takes place. Norway does not speak about it. A member of the United Nations, a member of the European Union Human Rights Universal Act, which is very clear that they must report. The Norwegian Red Cross, therefore, what credibility do you have to criticize countries in Africa? What credibility when you can lock up people who are simply saying, hey, show us what we have. What do you have? Do you have an agreement that took over Southern Cameroon? You don't have. Another country, Finland, one of the most obnoxious states that preaches wine and drinks water, or preaches water and drinks wine, with the Nigerian rogue system of Buhari and now Tinubu. The situation in Nigeria is as bad as we can call it. It's the worst. It has gone out of hand. Every day you wake up in the morning, 200 people kidnapped, 5 killed, 200 killed, Christians murdered, herdsmen with guns, everybody killing, coming from the north to kill. The worst part is that United Nations Security Council has an assistant secretary general, a lady by name Dr. Mohammed Amina, who comes from the same region, the same country. She has never even put up a word to the United Nations Security Council about the human rights abuses in Nigeria. The 5 permanent members and several European countries are doing business with Nigeria. They have never sanctioned Nigeria. I've not seen any document sanctioning Nigeria signed by so many of these countries. We've seen murder, defilement, rape, abduction, kidnap, banditry, killing Christians for the sake of a religion, herdsmen armed by the government, the army in Nigeria killing people. No European country has ever written a statement publicly to condemn the atrocities that are taking place in Nigeria. Our time has come now for us to stand up. How do we stand up? How do we walk? How do we protest? To stand up, to stand against the injustices of these European colonizers. They colonized, they took up resources. They have come back for more resources. Finland looks for resources. President picks a plane and walks around Africa from one African country to another, looking for resources, looking for where he can milk, without looking at the human rights abuses in Nigeria. What was happening in Nigeria, where he has gone to get lucrative contracts of gas and oil contracts, infrastructure, so on and so forth. These same countries with a democracy of 500 years or so allow Nigeria to go into Finland to try to bribe its way, to kidnap people, refoulement, which has been refused by international law. Therefore, the question comes, why should we, after 67 years of independence, allow ourselves to be policed as Africans? Why are we being policed? What went wrong? We got independence, but we are being policed. We created the African Union, Organization of African Unity. In 1963, most of us were grown up like me. We saw it function, liberate many organizations, many countries across the continent of Africa, especially in Southern Africa, where neocolonialism, hegemony had taken root. What has happened to the African Union? It has also been captured by France. The French have captured African Union. The French have captured International Criminal Court. The French have captured International Court of Justice. All these courts are in the hands of the French. The French, where Strasbourg, where human rights or where you should go and place your documents, which I've done in the last 9 years, 9 months. I've been in and out. First, I filed the application of Libya, of Sarkozy versus myself on the question of Libya, why Sarkozy should not apply to the European Court of Human Rights, why Sarkozy should serve his sentence of 3 years, 2 suspended, 1 custodial. I put it to the court. I put documents against Finland. Why then can't we look at this and condemn these actions accordingly to the situation that we see happening in Nigeria and Norway, in Nigeria and Southern Cameroon. It is therefore my presentation today, that these 2 countries should not preach anything to anyone in Africa. These countries should shut up and go back, especially Finland and Norway, and look at their policies, whether their policies have worked in countries like Nigeria and Southern and Cameroon. You have left Paul Biya, 92 years old, killing people. You have left Tinubu, 80 years, slaughtering people and the army of Nigeria, killing people. You are busy lecturing people across Africa. Isn't it time for Africa to stand up and say enough is enough? Thank you for listening. That is all from me for today. I'll bring it another topic shortly.